Hello and welcome to the Connect to Soul YouTube channel, where you can be empowered and inspired to live your best life. My name is Yvonne Teoh Bource, and today I want to talk to you about the power of words. Now, in my last video I talked about the power of thought, and we all know about that. We talk about it a lot. But one of the things that my students always say to me, that I need to run a workshop on words. You know, words are something that we learn. We learn how to speak from the people that bring us up. So we copy their language because they're teaching it to us. The same as when we go to school and we learn the language that we're taught by our teachers, and the language of the culture, etc., etc. So what we don't get, though, is how powerful words are, because for me, words are thoughts expressed, and you send them out there, and you know how it works. Like attracts like. We are electromagnetic. Whatever we send out, we get back to ourselves. So what I've noticed over the years is that how little we pay attention to what comes out of our mouth, and how much of the words that come out of our mouths are without any thought. They are repetitive phrases that we've grown up with. Let's look at some, for instance, that absolutely make me shudder. The phrase that makes me shudder most is, "Oh my goodness, that is to die for." How ridiculous. Why would I want to die for something that I really love and I think is wonderful? Why do we say it? Why do we say it? You know, I was listening to Jack Canfield one day, and he was talking about one of his books, and you know how wonderful. He's a wonderful teacher, and he's written some amazing books. But then he talked about his wife, and he said, "I love her to death." And I said, "Oh my goodness, you are actually saying that without thinking. Why would we love anyone to death? Maybe what you mean is you love her until death. I have no idea. It's just a throwaway phrase that we don't think about, that just comes out of our mouths because other people have said it, you've heard it, you just like a parrot. Repeat, repeat, repeat. So understand how powerful words are. The most powerful words that we actually utter throughout the day are the two little words, "I am." And look, you can find so much information about the power of "I am." But what I really want you to pay attention to is, how often do you use the words "I am" in a day? And what follows it? You know, I know what follows it. I hear it all the time. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I say that a lot myself. You know, I have to learn to say I feel cold. I change it all the time because the minute I hear a word coming out of my mouth after the "I am," which expresses something I don't want, I instantly know, and I stop and I go, if I say I am cold, then that's a given. I don't like being cold, so how can I change that? Well, I can change I feel cold. That's true. At the moment, I feel cold, but I can change that. I can actually make myself warm. I can put on a heater. I can, put on an extra jumper. A scarf usually does it for me. I am terrified. How often do we hear that? I'm just not good at that. Well, is that what you want? Or would you like to say, right now, this is not easy for me, but I know I can learn? See, if we just say these things, how many times do you say "I am" through the day and have a word follow it that expresses the opposite to what you'd like? I'm not good enough. How often do you say that? I'm not good at that. The universe just keeps saying yes, or actually the universe, it's not so much the universe, it's your subconscious, it says yes. It says yes. got another file, not good enough. So all that comes out of you is energy of not being good enough. It's energy of not of being of being hungry. I always loved one. I am hungry. I am starving. Now, how many times have you said that? And how many times have you then gone and gorged yourself on food because you have become starving itself, and you then feel so bloated and awful because you wished you hadn't done it, and you're never satisfied. You still want more because you've become what you said after the I am. And that's how powerful I am is. You become the words that follow the I am. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to your language. Every day, I spend time listening to people speak. And I just shudder because I think, is that really what they want in life? Oh, life is such a struggle. Really? Okay. Well, it might be, but by repeating it, you are just intensifying your experience. Is that what you want? You can accept that it's a struggle right now, but you can also say, you know what, I have the power to change it, which is true. You have the power to change it. How many times do I hear people say, I just can't afford it? Oh, that was certainly a word that in my marriage was always nothing we could afford. I can't afford it. We can't afford it. Do you know, why do you say that? Why do we say that? Well, you might be saying, well, because it's true. Well, it might be true, but is it what you want to have true for the rest of your life? Because every time you repeat it, you are drawing it to you. You are repeating the experience. If you want the experience to be different, then you can say, right now, I may not have the money, but hey, I know I can create it. I'm a prosperous, abundant person living in a prosperous, abundant universe, and I will create whatever I need. Very different language. Because English is my second language, or well, now it's my first language, but when I first learned to speak English, it was my second language. And because I had to learn to speak this language, I kind of pulled all the words apart. And so I listened to the words, but not just to the meaning of the word. You also need to listen to the connotation of the word, because whatever a word means to me could have total different meaning to you, depending on what you grew up with and what those words meant when you were a child. So, I can have a word that means absolutely wonderful things to me, and particularly in this day and age. I mean, language is being murdered around everywhere. It's like words are being made up, and they just mean totally different things to the things that they used to mean. So we have to be a little bit careful with the meaning of words. But we always have to be careful with the meaning of words, because every word you speak is a thought expressed into the universe and into this field of consciousness, and electromagnetically will bring forth that which you have just spoken. I hate that person. Now, what does that do for you? What does that do for you? Be so careful what you say. Recently, I had a student who's in terrible, mental distress. But what I found was that every second word she spoke was blaming someone else for her situation. It was the husband's fault, the mother's fault, the siblings' fault, the situation's fault. It was always the blame. And there's a beautiful spiral of energy in my book, The Secret to Life, which tells you exactly what vibrational frequency blame has. And it's only just above death. It is such a low energy So from that energetic vibrational frequency, all that you can draw to you is the same. So until you can let go of that and you can change the way you think and the way you express yourself, then you are always going to stay in that same place. So my challenge to you, and I really would like you to do an I am exercise. And, leave me a comment down in the comment box underneath the description, because it's so exciting to hear from you. And let me know what you find out about yourself. How often do you use I am through the day? And what are the words that you repeat after it that you might not have even been aware of? For instance, how often do we say I am tired? The very fact that we say that makes us actually more tired. So learn to say I feel instead, because the I am makes it's like sticking it in concrete. But the I feel allows you to make a change. So I feel tired, then I can have a little rest and I'll feel better. But if I am tired, I become it. And no matter how much rest I have, it doesn't make any difference. I know they talk about semantics, it's only semantics. Well, semantics are vitally important. The power of the word is huge. I encourage you to listen to your thoughts that are inside, but your thoughts are expressed inside there in words. You speak to yourself in words. So when you are putting yourself down, when you are not good enough for yourself, those words are damaging your energetic fabric. Be very careful and really, really pay attention to what you say and how you say it. People are always saying to me that I speak with great care. Yes, I do. I am hearing myself speak. And any time that I am not paying attention and a word slips out that actually I don't want to experience, I feel it. I feel it energetically, and I go, oh, no, I'll take that one back and I'll change it. And that is where our power lies. We can change it. You can change it in a minute, in a fraction of a second. You can say, not that one, this one. Learn to speak yourself into the life that you desire. And if you're not in the life that you desire, it's because you are not thinking yourself there and you're not speaking yourself there. I know, it's not easy, because we are taught to speak by others. And how often do we feel that when we're in a conversation with somebody that we, there's a sort of a break in the conversation and there's silence, and somehow you feel that you have to break that silence, so you say something just to break the silence? Don't do that. Silence is beautiful. It's much better than using words that are meaningless or are not taking you to a high vibration. What do you put behind I am? What do you put about life is? There's another one. Life is. Life is beautiful. Life is a gift. Life is a grand experience. Life is to be lived to the full. Life is precious. Or do you say, life is tough, life is a challenge, life is a struggle, whatever? You see, you can feel the difference in how those words affect you. Do you say, when you're talking about yourself, do you say, I am beautiful? I am the best that I know how to be. I am filled with joy and gratitude. Or do you say, oh, look, No, I'm not as good as that. No, I'm not really, no. You know, do we put ourselves down? Do we find it difficult to say, I am perfect? Well, why not? Because right now, this is all there is, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way, because we change all the time. But when we have these deprecating words that we run inside our head about ourselves, they're not your words. They're words that other people have said to you and you've believed, and so now you're repeating them. If you look at a baby, when a baby's born, they have no doubt how beautiful they are. They have no doubt that they're perfect. Until somebody starts to judge them. Well, if someone else judges you, why does that mean you have to judge yourself? No. You are perfect. You are beautiful. You are magnificent. Because you are an expression of this field of consciousness, and how could you not be? We humans are really pathetic, when you think about it. That's not a very good word either, but we are, as a species. We are conditioned to put each other down, to put ourselves down, just so that we don't, rise too high, or I don't know why. But anyhow, that's how we've been conditioned, and it's time that we gave it up. It's time for us to take back our power. And the quickest way to take back your power is to watch what you think, to watch how you speak, but most importantly, how you speak to yourself. Be kind to you. If you're not kind to you, why would someone else need to be kind to you? Because you are magnificent, you are beautiful, you are unique, a unique expression of this field of consciousness. How could you be anything else but perfect? Watch your words and change your life. Change your language, change your life. Change your thoughts, change your life. Life changing is not difficult. You don't have to lift a finger. You just have to pay attention to how you are projecting yourself right now into the world. And if you're not where you want to be, it's because you're not projecting yourself into the world the way you want to be. So remember, words have impact, particularly the words you speak to yourself, to your children, to your loved ones, and to everyone that you come into contact with every day. So, have a great day. Watch what you say. Make this your best life. It's the only one that you will remember for now. Until next time, be kind to you and love yourself more. Bye.